Have you felt off lately? Like nothing's wrong, but absolutely nothing feels just right anymore. Like your business isn't quite, it's just not fitting. Now, if that's you, I want you to pause because what you're feeling isn't confusion. It's something far more spiritual. I'm Lisa Mayhuby, and I help Christian women entrepreneurs discern who they're becoming and what God is calling them into next. Now, if you've been feeling disconnected, foggy, unmotivated, or kind of like the woman that you were 6 months ago, or that your business was 6 months ago, just doesn't fit all of a sudden, you're not imagining it. Now, today I'm breaking down exactly what God is doing in this season and why everything feels off. So there comes a moment in a woman's life when she outgrows the identity that she originally built, but hasn't quite yet stepped into the identity that God is forming. And it feels like your confidence drops. Suddenly you're overthinking everything. Your clarity evaporates. Strategy that used to work just don't anymore. The things that used to fit suddenly feel wrong. And God feels quiet in the exact places where he used to feel loud. Now, we call it confusion, and it's pretty simple to label it that way, but biblically, it's actually something else entirely. So if you think about James chapter 1, verse 8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So most people think this simply means indecision. But the deeper meaning is that double-mindedness is actually being split between two identities, the woman you were and the woman that you're becoming. So you're not unstable because you're failing. You're unstable because God is upgrading your identity, and part of you is still running the old software. So you're not confused. You're simply in an identity transition. And what you're feeling is the expiration of old desires, the retirement of old assignments, the shedding of an old identity, stretching spiritually into a new one, and the silence God uses before he announces your next chapter. Now, this isn't chaos, it's calibration. You're standing between two seasons, and one of them has already ended. So let me sketch it out for you here. It's pretty simple. If we look at it this way, right, you've got your old identity, you've got your new one. And what's happening is this is where you want to be over here, but you've still got one foot over here, right? So making that bridge and being able to transition from the old into the new is exactly what's happening right now. So I've got three signs that you're in an identity transition, and maybe you'll see yourself in at least one of these. So sign number one, you don't feel connected to who you used to be or the business that you built. Your goals don't excite you anymore. Your habits feel foreign. Your old self feels kind of like an outfit or a suit jacket that you've outgrown. It's not laziness. This is identity expiration. Sign number two that you are in an identity transition is God feels quiet, but not absent. Right? You're seeking, praying, listening, and it feels like silence. Now, it's not punishment. This is protection. God won't give clarity for a season that he's closing. So while he's closing one door, often we're waiting for the next one to open. Now, sign number three is that you feel a stirring. There's a pull on your heart. For me, physically, there was something, there was a gravitational pull to making a change, but I couldn't name it yet. So maybe you're feeling a tug, a shift, a whisper, a new identity forming beneath the surface. You know you're not where you should be. So the thing is, it's subtle, it's sacred, and it's very, very real. So what God is actually doing during this time is never random. So when he decides to shift our identity after decades and decades of what we've already built, it means he's preparing a new assignment for us. He's elevating your influence. He's expanding your spiritual authority. He's handing you a new mantle, and he's maturing your character for that next level. So if you think about it in scripture, identity always shifts before assignment. So for instance, Abram became Abraham, Jacob became Israel, Saul became Paul. God renames before he redirects. So if we go back to the trusty whiteboard again here, this is how we're going to look at it, right? So this is where you currently are, transitioning to the new, and this is how it flows. First, we get the identity, then the assignment, and then the influence. So if you felt off, and if you've been wrestling with clarity, or you feel something is shifting inside of you or your business, you're not unstable, you're not confused, and you're definitely not behind. You are becoming. Now, I'm building something specifically for women in this exact transition. And if you want to hear God clearly again, if you want to understand what season you're in and what God is forming in you, make sure you subscribe. Over the next few weeks, I'll be teaching on calling, identity, hearing God's voice, and stepping boldly into your next chapter. And I have a retreat coming up. When that opens, you'll be the first to know. Now, I hope this video blesses you. And if this spoke to your spirit, then comment following so I know you're here for this new season with me, because we're just getting started. I'm grateful you're here.